All right, now let's do an update on crypto. I'm going to start with Bitcoin futures, and I'll try to hit some of the other majors. And then I'm not that interested in too many alts in here, guys, but I'll do like a quick rundown on Cardano and a couple others that finance that we care about. So Bitcoin, I want to look at the cycles in a second, but you'll see there's actually we made some significant lows and started a new move with one of the turning points that I talked about, I think in my last video, that I wanted to see what happened on this last turn on the 17th of December. So in the meantime, though, we care about price and obviously most importantly time. And so just because something pivots or turns or breaks out with the cycle, we still have a bear market here in BTC. That's not going to change on a long-term perspective unless we're back above 5,800, 6,000. But then for the intermediate term, it's still this 4,300. And this, again, it's not level specific, it's an area. So since the breakdown out from the wedge, this is a real money candle. It takes real money to produce that big of a move. And then that's your igniting bar, starts the whole downtrend trade. And then each pivot here, lower highs, lower highs, lower highs. And we had nice short covers. You know, these were plenty of short covering opportunities in here, but we covered right in front of 3,100. I thought it was interesting that 3,120, not only from a time perspective, it was almost exactly a year from the high when futures came out. But 3.14 times 1,000 is basically pi times 1,000, pretty close to it. So you guys know our pi cycle work. I thought that was interesting. But anyway, we sold a little bit into this rally. On the way up, 4,300 was a great place to sell. And now, see some of our trades here. This is our last sale. Last sale, 41.65. Trying to just sell in front of, again, that area. And good covers, 3,800, 3,590. And I've just been waiting. I'm still a little bit short. I was going to cover that again in front of the lows, in front of 3,200. And then I'll re-short. I know some of you shorted this bounce right here after we covered, and that's perfectly fine. I guess I'm looking for one more, a move closer towards 4,200 to lay a couple contracts back out short. And so if and when we do get above 4,300, that's going to change what we call the TMS, and your intermediate term would be a higher high. That would be confirming a new intermediate term uptrend. So making the call that this is an uptrend, you could say it's a near-term uptrend, but we had it right to say unless you get above 4,300, you still want to be a better seller. And then pi is going to come right down here. This descends right into that same area. So this is going to continue to be the key spot. If we look at the cycles here in the cash market, I have the longer term wave. I have the kind of more intermediate term wave. And then this cycle is obviously pretty quick, or it's much faster. But here's this December 17th cycle turn. We actually made the low and then started to trend higher. And so cycle low, now we've come into the first, was the last turning point. But more importantly, we're at the bottom of this monthly wave, this weekly purple wave here. The monthly, I guess, is more the blue line. It's 8.6 months off the high. Brings you to August, September lows, and we failed to break out. So anyway, the way I read this is, yes, we had a turn, but now, this is a lot of trading in here around this faster cycle. All right, but you get to the bottom of a cycle like that, that's perfect reason for it to cover. You're lower than the cycle. If you've been short, boom. It's part of why we were getting covered up down there. Now on this purple wave, we're going to see if as we come up the right-hand side of this cycle, if price starts to get above 4,300, which I just explained, then guess what? Then we'll have a new intermediate term uptrend, and I would expect a rally at least into the 16th of January, and then maybe to the end of January 31st would be the next cycle turn. So pretty key spots now if we can actually have a change in direction with this wave. And there's good reason to think maybe the market will keep a bullish posture into February. So let's see. We still need to get above 4,300 before you're going to see me start to kind of, I'll be getting out of my short and probably getting more aggressive on the alts. Now let's look at a couple names we liked. I made a video with Cardano on the low at 2 cents or something that we liked it, and then Sensor actually already had a double off of that low. All right, in here, and then we already had a move almost at 5 cents. So this is still one of the names that I'm going to start. I started with. I haven't been trying to buy these alts like everybody else all the way down. We've just been short futures on Bitcoin. But this was the first spot where we said, all right, now we want to actually start to accumulate. This is a nice bullish engulfing pattern. I call this a 30 halt. That was a good spot to add. So if we do, two ways I'm going to play it. If Bitcoin starts to get above 4,300, I'm going to get more aggressive on dips here. Or I'm going to wait, and if we start to retest the lows, I'll start nibbling again down here, 3 cents. I'll probably even put an add back if we get back here towards 3.5. So yeah, this is a slow accumulation process, though. This isn't just like pile in on your whole account in one day. But I like that name. Binance is another coin that I really want to keep an eye on. It's kind of found its footing down here at 5. You still need to get above 6.5 to make a new higher high, just like Bitcoin's got to get above 4,300. The pivot here is 666.5. I'll hit the other majors real quick. Ether got higher lows here. You've got higher lows. Yeah, I don't really want to chase it here, but that was a good spot to buy. If we get another pullback back towards the 30, or we call it into the bands, when you get lower than the cycle, I'm okay with adding a little bit. So you're kind of we're playing short futures on rallies, and then covering, and then buying, starting to nibble a little bit on the alts on the dips. There's an inverse head and shoulder here on Litecoin. This is the left shoulder, this is the head, this is the right shoulder, this is your neckline. So again, all the market is showing you here is that it's finally stopped making lower lows, but we don't have higher highs yet. And that's, again, what I'm saying. Bitcoin needs to be above 4,300. And there's another example. Litecoin needs to get above 36. And then you'll have a higher high. Then you'll have a new intermediate term uptrend. All right, guys. I got to jump on here with my team. Have a great rest of your trading day.